everyone, welcome to the ADORNit studio where we make fun, cute things that will make your front door darling. This is something sure to warm up and welcome all of your visitors as they approach your front door. This cute little Mr. Snow is made from our new fabric collection called Flaky Snow Pals. So he's easy, and that's the best part of all about this project. Now I want to show you the back side. He is all mounted on burlap. So that gives him weight, and it also helps us to put him all together. Now I'm going to go through all of the simple, easy steps so you can make your own. And we also have him in a pattern book, and you can also buy this as a finished kit so that you can get all of the different elements and make it yourself, so that way you don't have to go throughout your fabric store, find all the pieces and put it together. That's the beauty of a kit that's all finished and put together. So let's talk about how this cute guy was made. First off, you're going to have a piece of burlap. Now, one of the things that helps to weight this cute little snowman is the fact that we have doubled the burlap. So you're going to have the burlap a certain size. You need it to be about I'd say 24 to 30 inches wide, and then like the length of the burlap comes, okay? So it's very, very simple. So what you're going to do next is you're going to go buy one of the fabrics that just looks like a something that you would be using for like the snowman body. So we have several different ones that you can pick from our collection, but this particular one, we really liked it because of the fact that it had these little swirls in it. Now, this is not ironed out, and I apologize, it's been in a suitcase because we did take this to a couple other places. But we took our pattern and we traced our circle onto the fabric, as you can see right here. So it is all there and visible. Once you have taken and traced your pattern on, you've tacked it with pins in all four corners, and inside you have your batting, and you have not wrong sides together, but you're actually going to put the right side of the fabric out on top of the burlap on the front, and you're going to put the right side of the fabric out on the back side. Okay, so the reason we do that is because there's not going to be any sealed seams. Everything is going to be finished like this. So you're going to take and you're going to go right about, I'd say, 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch in from where you did your pen and drew your line around. Then you're going to take and sew those two pieces down together. So it's very simple. I'll show you. See, here's the back side and here's the front side. Super easy. Then when you're done sewing those together, you're going to take your scissors and clip away the excess, which leaves just these fun frayed edges on the end. Okay? Then the center of the body, we're going to do the same thing. You're going to trace it, put the right sides on the outside of your batting, and we've picked kind of a puffy batting so that it would give that pillowy, puffy look to our snowman. Okay, that is the first step. Now here again, here's the finished one, so you can see how we've used the bottom and the middle section of the snowman. Okay, that's what we just showed you. Now the second thing you're going to do is his little head. You're going to do the very same thing with your snowman. You're going to trace it, cut it out, sew it. But before you sew him all on, the top one, you can apply the face. So we have here a heat and bond where we've added onto the fabric on the back side, as you can see. Then we have traced on the pattern onto the heat and bond, and you can trim that with your scissors. And all of that then, the different mouth and the nose then can be applied right onto the top of the fabric. This is also the time when you can add the little buttons onto the face. And then you're going to cut out around, and you have then your little face ready. Okay? The next step you're going to make is the snowman's hat. Now, we did something just a little bit different with the snowman hat. We used a different media. We didn't use the thick, fuzzy, and pillowy batting in the center. Instead, we used a new product that we have found to be really useful for bags, purses, and a lot of really fun projects that you wanted to have that more stiffer feel to it. And it is by this company. I don't know, can you get that without a glare? And it is a really, really fun new product. And it does stabilize the fabric, and like I said, it gives it a little bit more of a stiffer body, which for the hat, it works out perfect. So you're going to take and cut your piece of fabric that fits around your hat pattern. See how that is around that size? And so we put it on so that it's on the back side. Except for we're going to put it, so again, it is right side out, just like what the hat here shows, okay? And then on the other side, you're going to put the same thing right side out. Now on this particular piece of fabric, we have traced it with a little soapstone or some little white chalky and something, because it is a dark fabric, so it's a little harder for you to see. And you're going to come in from the seam, stitch around, and then clip it with your scissors, and you're left again with the shape of your snowman, and leaving the raw edges open on the sides, same as the body. Then you do the same thing with these polka dots. You put the heat and bond onto the fabric, and then you're going to trace all of your circles, and then you're going to cut them out, and then you're going to iron them on, and that's how you're going to apply all of those to the hat, okay? Super easy. Same thing with the little hat band. We've heat and bonded it, applied it, and as you can see, there's the hat band and all the polka dots on the finished sample. Super fun. Okay, next, you're going to do the same thing with the star. We have a little star here, and it's out of our twirl fabric, and it's a beautiful mustard gold, and we have pinned it. We have used the same material that we used for the hat, so as a stabilizer, we've traced it. You're going to stitch it down, trim, cut, and leave your edges open on the sides again. So that's exactly how we did the star. All right, now let's go to how we assemble the snowman, because that's the fun part. Oh, I forgot to do one step. Sorry, girls. The step that we want to talk about is the scarf. You can take your fabric that we send you, and you are going to take your trimmer, and you're just going to cut it in a long strip, and it is actually made from this fabric that already comes pre-done. So it looks like this, and it has already the pattern done in these big bold stripes. So it's perfect for a snowman scarf, or if you're going to do like quilting blankets or anything like that where you do row by row, or you're going to do a trim on a tea towel. This fabric was designed with that in mind. So it has a nice bold prints to do stripe patterns with. So it works perfect for the snowman scarf. So you're going to turn right sides together after you have trimmed your piece out, and then you're going to stitch down and make your seam, and then you're going to turn it inside out, and you're left with a tube, and you're going to trim the edges of your tube, so then as you can see it makes your little fringes, and we're not worried about that, oh no, that's going to fray, because that's the whole point. He's kind of that fun roughed out looking snowman, so that's perfect. And you're going to make another tube that's a little smaller, and you're going to clip it, and this particular tube is going to be what we're going to use for the main part of the scarf here. So one part of the scarf will be what we tie, the other for around the neck. So you want to set those aside, so when we get ready for that point, they'll be ready. Okay, so now let's go to how to finish this little guy off, because this is one of those quick, easy projects. So now we've got our body, our midsection, and the head of our snowman, right? And we're all set and prepped to go. Now we're going to assemble him. So how do I build my snowman? We're going to first place them out so that we can kind of see how we would like him to fit on. Like here's the head, okay? You can kind of adjust however you need on your piece of burlap. So you can see it doesn't take a whole lot of space on this burlap to do him. And I hope he can get a good close-up of all of that. So now that you've kind of got your placement, then the next thing is to take your same white thread that you sewed the body with, and you're just going to come over and you're just going to do little stitches and stitch it down. You're going to, right here, you're going to stitch the whole length and stitch it down and stitch it down. Then you're going to take your, like a buttonhole stitch where you do a little zigzag in the same spot, and you're actually going to make little pillow marks by just doing a little zigzag back and forth, if you can see those close up, where we've just stitched little ones here and there all over throughout, like you've polka dotted the little body of the snowman, and that's given him that cute little pillow effect, and it also attaches him down. You can see from the back side of the burlap where we just jumped from stitch to stitch to stitch as we applied that and tacked him down. So I could actually put my hand back behind, because he doesn't have to be tacked down solid around. It's just tacking him to the burlap, which holds him together. We did the same thing for the second part of the body right here. We attached it down. The main part is to attach right under the head. So we're going to do the main body, the center body, and then we're going to apply the head next. So after you stitch down the head, you're going to be sure to stitch all the way across the top, then tack the hat down. So then you're going to tack it down here, across and over, just little spots again. We didn't do the all over stitching and tacking down on the head like we did the body, because we don't want the head to have all of those dimpled in. We just want him to stay cute and puffy, so we left him how he is. But we did come back and we added just a little bit of ruche on the cheeks to make him look like he's been out in the cold. Very cute. Now the star and the little snowflake, we've just attached that down with just a little button stitch as well. This we did not machine stitch on. We actually had to hand stitch that like you would a button. And this little wood piece comes also in the snowman kit, or you can buy all sorts of fun little wood embellishments from ADORNit. So if you want to try and find all the different pieces yourself, we do offer them. Kind of nice to know that ADORNit can offer so many different things, from fabric to wood to paper. It's amazing all the fun things we have resources for, and we do utilize it and have a lot of fun. The next thing we're going to do, after we've attached the hat and everything, we're going to put that scarf on. Super easy. You're going to take and tuck it, gather it up, and tuck it up underneath, and then you're going to tack stitch on both sides. Okay, that's going to hold that little scarf down on his little face. Then you've got the long tube that you made. We're going to run it up underneath, pretending this is tacked. Okay, and we're going to, because I'm just kind of doing step outs here, you're going to tie it, squeeze, and if that was tacked down by your sewing machine, you could see where, voila, you have a darling little scarf hanging from your snowman's neck. So he's all set to go. Then you add the little star and the snowflake, and easy to do. Now on the back side, we added a piece of ribbon, and we decided that was too low because when you hang him, it flopped forward. So what we thought would be a better thing to do is to add it a little higher and maybe add it horizontally, or you could take a piece of wire and push it and thread it down through the back of the burlap, back up and do a twisty, and that would hold your snowman and be a great hanger to hold him up. Because we've doubled the burlap, he has great body and weight, and so he's going to work just great to hang there on the door. Now we don't want to forget that this snowman, like I said, he's got the stability, but in order to finish this off with the burlap, you're going to need to do a zigzag stitch all the way around after you've tacked it on. So you've got them all tacked on and you've done the zigzag stitch. This burlap can be really, really messy. So after you've stitched it, then you're going to take your scissors and trim it, because then that's when it starts to give you that little frayed edge. So if you don't zigzag stitch the two layers together, then you're going to have some burlap problems. So be sure you do that little last tip and then trim him off So be sure to make yourself a warm and friendly friend to welcome all of your family and friends to your home on your front door. And thank you for coming and playing with ADORNit.